So, wag na tayong kagaya nga ng sinasabi ng mga maraming commentator, wag na tayong magpatumpig-tumpig, ano, ganun ba yun?
Paligoy-ligoy.
Paligoy-ligoy. Let's introduce our guests, lovely ladies of Circus and Rage. Let's go to Ceres first. Ceres, how you got involved in both Circus and Rage? Tell us how it happened.
How it happened? Oh, like per band?
Yes,
actually, the two bands actually are what 8 or 10 years apart. So, Circus Band was in the 70s, and the Rage Band happened in the 80s.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, with Circus Band, ATEK recruited me after we got married, because actually I was busy with my own bands. I had several bands in San Francisco Bay Area with my two brothers, so we set up our own band. But then when we got married and ATEK decided to go back to Manila, well, I have no choice but to go with him. So it's either that or what. So I said, okay, what's this Circus Band? Because I wasn't aware what Circus Band was all about. But like through letters, he was describing to me about Circus Band is a group of male and female singers. But actually, when we flew over, and when I joined the Circus Band the first time I saw them, I think it was Tilly and Pat. They were singing like "You Be Da 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 Da." Was that the title of that song?
It's just like
the heart is a house. It's like, who are they? And then I remembered Tilly. Tilly is like from the Ultimate Jury, because when I was back in Manila before immigrating to San Francisco, I had my own bands too, my old girl band, like the Lady Acoustic. We were doing a lot of Diane Ross and the Supremes. So in some of the gigs, like I'll see the Ultimate Jury with Tilly, and she was doing Light My Fire, with the keyboard and everything, like, because I was playing keyboards too. And I said like, oh man, I wish I could play like her. And then she sang also like, oh wow. So when I got to see them with the Circus Band, like, oh my God, so Tilly is also in the Circus Band. And I was excited because the music is really good. It's so beautiful, the harmony. So that's how I joined. I think I joined the Circus Band on the second year, because everybody was there. Was that Jackie, even Anne-Marie Santos.
And Gemma Cinto, right? Was also
there. Those and a lot of other folks there. That's 8 years between Circus and Rage. So the members were real young, but I remember also like, God, they're very unique also, and they're very talented. Marisa Bunyag, Juan Miguel Salvador, Oni Castillo, everybody. It's just like, oh wow, I said, sounds like this. But the difference is, with Circus Band, when I came in, it was already established. But with Rage Band, when I came in, I was partly wholly invested in Rage Band, because even when ATEK went back to Manila, we were already planning about this group, the Rage Band, even here in the Bay Area. The music in the Circus Band, they're great, they're beautiful, but there's a different time, a different genre. And then the Rage Band is a different time also, exciting also. We had different adventures in Circus Band. So those are the main but the common thing is the love for music, Circus, and of course we have ATEK. That's the common thing, the disciplinarian. It's the same discipline. It's the same discipline. It's the same training. And the amazing thing is, the training, it becomes a part of you. Even up to now, like every time I have to sing, even I sing in the living room, I sit down and do my vocal exercises. I just don't sing right away. My vocal, because that's what ATEK did to us before we did our rehearsals. ATEK say, okay, vocal exercises and so on, breathing exercises. And then the discipline, I think that's the number one and the common thing between the two bands. And well, first of all, there's the raw talent, the dedication, the love for the music, the sacrifices you're willing to make. Because I left a good job, just to join a band.
Let's go to Tilly. So Ceres told us her story about joining Circus and Rage. What about you, Tilly? Like you were with a band already, or as a matter of fact, those were family bands, so to speak, and you were the boss. right? In those bands together with Rico, your brother, right? So, what made you join circus?
Well, the ultimately disbanded because I left the state.
Mm-hmm.
I continued my studies there.
Uh-huh.
So when I came back, wala na yung ultimately.
Okay.
I was gone. So when I heard actually from Rico Velez, remember Rico Velez?
Yes, Rico
Mm.
Bellis, right?
Is it still alive?
I haven't heard from him for quite some time.
I heard he had a stroke. But
Mhm.
anyway, he was our original bass player.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he told me, hey, Dilly, there's a band that's going to be formed and they're taking auditions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he told me about ATEK and blah, blah, blah. Said, okay, why don't you come and audition and see what happens? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought my guitar. I play guitar, but yung simple lang, simple.
I know you played One Tin Soldier
Yes.
by any chance?
How did you know that?
By Coven, because that's one of your signature pieces before.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and hate your neighbor.
Yeah, actually, I accompanied myself and I sang that, and okay, that was it. And then after a while, I found out, yeah, that I was accepted into the band.
Mhm.
You know, so I was so happy. At least I'm doing something again. You know,
Mhm.
got even talent. So that's how I got into circus band. And
Uh-huh.
since then, there were so many generations
Mhm.
of circus that happened. You know, when we first started, it was Atek's sister, it was Henry Thompson,
Yeah.
uh,
Lori. Oh, there was Larry Martinez was there too. Your keyboardist.
yeah, wala pa
Right.
si Renon. It was Larry
Uh-huh.
Martinez and then
Yes.
who was the guitar player? Wally
Wally.
Tan.
Uh-huh.
Wally Tan, yeah. So it
And
was us.
Lori Tan was also with you, the president of
Yeah.
Bookmark, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So after that, so we started playing in some clubs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, along the strip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Renos
Reno,
Flame first.
and Flame First.
Flame.
All
Yeah,
right.
Flame first and then Reno's. Yeah.
Okay.
Eduardo's, yeah. So that was fun. It was a lot of fun. There were
We were so innocent.
But you,
and there
this
were other bands that were watching us while we were performing, like Sankatutak.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
I saw that. I even saw the launch of Sangkatutak in Renos. They fronted for you.
Yes,
Circus was the main act that time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Sangkatutak had Richard Merck as
Yes,
the
Richard
lead
Merck, yeah.
mayor.
And
Yeah.
Dick Marcano was there
Ivy
initially.
Violan was there
Yeah,
too.
Ivy,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What's that other group who were girls?
Yeah, there were two women,
Corey.
and she had a voice like Bonnie Bottom.
Corey.
Mhm.
Or was it Maria Mulder? Midnight at the Oasis.
Yeah.
Something
Bonnie
like that.
Bowden,
Isn't that
Sergio
her?
Mendez.
Si Corey,
Yeah.
Ivy, Corey, and Richard.
Yeah,
Mm.
right.
Ah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cory who? Tilly? Cory?
Corey. My
Connie?
Corey. No, I forgot her maiden name, but she married a
Uh, if somebody watching us who can remember the name,
Yeah, please let us
She's in
know.
California. She lives in California.
Oh.
but I'm wondering, Tili, you come from a family where your dad is a justice, your mom is a very strict mom. How did you get away with this?
Oo nga eh. Yung uwi niyan siguro madaling araw na at may
Oo,
curfew pa yata. No?
Yeah,
How are you able to get away with this?
well, I kind of proved to them, I said, Mom, just wait and see. I can make it happen. just don't judge me right now because I've got a talent and I can make it go.
You can't say that to your dad kasi ginajudge niya agad kayo.
No, actually, they really did not object to what I was doing. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't say, "Oh, Bucket, you're just a singer. You're just a." No, they were actually very happy for me.
Good.
Very nice.
That's why I made a go of it.
Yeah, but Tilly loves to shop because actually she lives just how many few blocks from Rosas, like Alejandro Rosas.
Yeah, right.
So every time we're off, there's no gig or whatever, she'll be there like, want to go shopping? So she's my shopping buddy. She was my shopping buddy. And for books, for the love of books, my buddy is Pat. Oh God. We could be talking till the wee hours in the early morning, talking about a book, the da 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 da. It's never ending. I just love talking to her when we read the same books or whatever, just to discuss things.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Speaking of Pat, right? I don't know if you guys know this. The viewers know this. Somewhere in Time, she recorded it. It was the first vocal recording of Somewhere in Time because the original was only an instrumental, right? And then you recorded that. Of course, she's so famous for Asot Pusa.
Yeah.
Diba? Asot Pusa.
Ulam natin.
Right? Pat, how did the ATEK Jacinto convince you to get under his wing and be part of his disciplinary system?
Long story short,
Okay.
I was in UP and I used to watch I think the Ambivalent Crowd.
Okay.
I think they were guesting on TV and stuff like that. Sina Celeste, what's her name? The mother of
Gigi Escalante. Gigi?
Yeah, Gigi Escalante. And I used to be a great admirer of theirs. And then I heard that there was a band that was looking for singers, no? And Basil was there. And Rudy Lozano and I forget the other members. I auditioned and I found out that Jackie had just been their singer. And so they accepted me. But then in the next rehearsal, it was disbanded. So, ano nangyari yun? Then I heard while I was in UP that there was this band being formed and I had been a follower of Tilly and Ultimate Jury during those school fests and everything. And I heard now that the members were Basil, Tilly, Jackie. And so I had the opportunity to go out on TV with a dear friend of mine from Merino. She's the cousin of Lea Navarro. We did 12 o'clock high or 12 noon or whatever.
Noontime show, yeah.
Yeah, noontime show. And then I
12 o'clock hard.
went to audition with ATEK. And I really did not feel very confident about my voice because my sister always told me I was flat. And to this day, I do get flat. It must be some kind of healing. But anyway, as I said, long story short, ATEK accepted me, and boy, was I very happy because it focused me from my dissatisfaction with college life. Okay, because there were so many bombings happening in UP. So parang nabigyan ako ng direction. And so the discipline, I am used to the discipline because of my parents. But more than anything, especially with my father, when he met ATEK, and I think the members like Basil, sabi niya, yung isa tiga Saint Scholastica, yung isa tiga Holy Spirit, yung isa tiga Ateneo, si Richard Tan was from LaSalle, ATEK was from LaSalle. So parang he felt that I was not with mga questionable characters. And here's the thing: my father was connected with Seven Up at that time, and they were sponsoring shows. I think the very first one that they sponsored was Pilita Corrales or something like that. So kind of he noticed nga that I was always singing and singing, and so it was he more than anything he allowed me. I love the discipline. Maybe that's why you say I'm very strict myself. No, that's how I was raised there also. So, but am I crazy? For sure. I mean, even in the classroom, I'm really crazy.
Welcome, ATEK. Now we were talking about. We've been talking about you.
Oh yeah, I heard all that.
No.
Ito yung question, no? How could an ATEK Jacinto possibly convince the owner of Bookmark to join Circus and sing "You Are the Sunshine of My Life" and sound exactly like Stevie Wonder?
You know, when I meet people, I don't really ask for their background. I'm only interested in the musical skill of that person. So whether he's the son of the president of the Philippines, it doesn't matter to me. You know, because I'll have to be responsible for his musical skills, and that's all I care about. And you know, if it happens that he comes from a good background, like Tilly was the daughter of a justice of the Court of Appeals, then my God, you know, that's a big bonus. But I never had that as a standard that I look for in the people that I auditioned, especially for circus band. I wanted to go for the diversity, because my model was the documentary, musical documentary Mad Dogs and Englishmen,
Joe Cocker, right?
that I saw in a theater, and I said, "Oh my God, you know, this is something that I wanted to do," but you know, the number of singers that they had, the number of musicians that they had was very daunting. At that time, the biggest number of band members that one can have was like 7, and that's a show band already at that time. But we're talking about, you know, 12, 14 persons in the same band. But I said, "Oh my, you know, why not try it?" Also, I wanted to mention that before that, I was handling a much bigger musical group called the New Dimension Singers.
Yeah,
We've done successful shows at the Cultural Center. You know, we've been to Japan and performed at the World Popular Song Festival. So I'm kind of used to that big number of groups. But for me to take into consideration that I wanted to do another kind of music like rock and gospel and R&B, so that was the challenge. That was the big experiment that I wanted to get into. So I went into it. And people were telling me that ATEK, I don't think your group will last even 2 months, you know, because of the great number. No club, no music outlet will pay you the amount that you need to sustain all these members.
Paano hatian, ano?
Exactly. Exactly. But you know, all these guys that joined me did not even question me about that. It was not in their minds at that time. But playing the music that we all liked, we all loved, was the greatest thing that ever happened to us. But we were fortunate enough that because of the novelty and the uniqueness of the band, I didn't know that there were clubs along Rojas Boulevard that will take us seriously and pay us the money that we deserve. So we got paid probably 10 or 20 more times than what the average band at that time was getting. And I was able to, you know, get a good salary for each of the members of the circus band.
Atek, Atek, pwedeng malaman din yung story behind the name Circus Band.
Yun na nga, nanggaling doon sa Mad Dogs and Englishman yung ano, yung inspiration for the music, no? The format. And the word circus came to mind because I wanted to have different acts, as you would when you have a circus. You know, you have a lion tamer, you have a tightrope walker. You have a clown, and those were the things, the elements that I wanted to put into my new band. And that's the reason why.
Bearded lady, no, Atek?
Kamutik na nga eh. Anyway, and that's the reason why I looked for different personalities.
Yeah, you know, Basil was a folk singer at Sacred Cow.
Exactly.
They were very diverse. Sa look pa lang nung class picture nila eh. Iba-iba talaga eh.
Oh,
Like,
exactly,
yung pinakamahabang buhok doon belong to Pabs Daddy Bass, hindi sa mga babae.
Yes, nung pa lang, mahaba na ang buhok na. Tsaka si Boy Katindig, no?
Yeah.
So, in fact, when I auditioned other singers that were equally good, no? Very skillful, but I had to reject them simply because they will not fit the personalities that I already had pictured in my mind. Hindi ko nila sasabihin yung mga pangalan, but sumikat din sila in another group, no? So, maybe they can forgive me for not taking them in, but you know, I was going for this really wild concept, and nangyari naman, no? Nangyari naman.
Yeah. You know, the first time I saw you guys live, nandun ako sa stairs ng stage, eh. No? Paano punong-puno? St. Teresa's Auditorium dito sa Quezon City, no? So you performed. Sabi ko, what the hell is this circus band? Tapos kumanta. Sabi ko, kung radyo to, medyo disoriented ako dito dahil iba-iba yung tugtog,
format.
No? Yung format magulo, no? But somehow there was this unifying factor, which was yun na nga, in the circusy atmosphere. And of course, the basic yung ito nakita ko sa circus, which I didn't see in other bands, was the perfect harmonies. No? At pag may nagsosolo, yung nagsosolo talaga ang bida. The backing vocals were really backing vocals. How were you able to instill that into your singers, Atek?
Well, I just had to explain to them that you will have your opportunity to shine when it's your solo, but for the rest of the evening, you will have to sing in the background as you know, backup vocalists. And wala namang pumalag, and kung may pumalag, then I'll have to take that person out. No?
You're fired.
Ganun lang kasimple yan eh, because at that time, none of them were really big figures in the show business scene. So, ibig sabihin, I can do pretty much what I like, no? And in fact, I think nasabi ni Pat na nung sumali siya, nag-disband, no? But that was not really the case, no? I took out the entire rhythm section, the first original rhythm section, because I could not really make use of them in the rehearsals because they were stoned most of the time, no? I have a drummer that was falling off the seat because he was so stoned, no? And a guitar player that had not shown up at rehearsals for 3 straight days because he was lying in the pavement somewhere, again, stoned. So yung mga ganung bagay, so I had to make radical changes, no?
Mhm.
And yung susunod na generation ng mga musicians were at least medyo matino pagdating sa rehearsal. They show up on time and we rehearse. We get to finish the rehearsal with everybody feeling good about what just took place, no?
Mhm.
Yeah. Atek, that was yung magiging schedule nyo niyan, everyday kayo nandun sa club.
Well, nung sa club pa, ano na yun siguro ang rehearsal namin usually either before the set, no? Maaga-maaga kami ron, or after the set. Remember that time was martial law, and we were under strict rules to follow the yung curfew, no? So, pag hindi kami nakauwi ng alas 12, hindi kami nakalis ng alas 12, alas 5 na uwi namin. No? We were stuck in the club at Reno's, no? It's either mag-iinsayo kami or magsusugal kami. Merong sugalan doon
May mga slot machines doon
May slot machines, merong pula-puti. So, yung entertainment namin, si Ceres, natuto ng pula-puti
Si Haji nagturo sa akin. Kaya yung sweldo namin, by the time over na yung gig, ubos na. Kasi every break, sinusundan ko na si Haji. Kasi alam niya nararamdaman niya kung saan na Sabi ko, masundan na nga si Haji. Kaya yun, parehong matalo. Pero sometimes nananalo kami, kaya sige pa rin ang sige.
Ngayon, I was getting to this point, no? Since nasa club kayo kumakanta, syempre may mga frequenters yan. Bago na uso yung salitang groupie, nandyan yung mga fan technically. So yung araw-araw nagpupunta, mga big shot, to the singers that we have right now. So mga babae, yung mga singers natin babae, meron ba mga gentlemen doon na nakatutok sa inyo at sinusundan kayo gabi-gabi? How do you treat that?
At sinasabihan kayong gusto mo sumikat?
Anyone
Actually, lahat sila may mga paru-parong umaaligid lahat sila without exception.
I think with us girls, meron kami mga boyfriend nakatutok doon, kaya lang jealous. So very jealous. So parang ang feeling ko, ay mas masayang kumanta rather than be with you. So
kumanta ka na lang.
Be with you.
Yeah. It was for me,
Kaya lang, si Ceres, no choice di ba? Pati si manager
Yeah, actually when we go out of town, like concerts sa Davao or sa Cebu, sila they're enjoying themselves. Ako nasa hotel room lang, I was so bored. Like, oh wow, what am I doing here? I'm so trapped. But I've got used to it.
I wanted to give I don't know if you find it funny, but talking about the second generation of the musicians that ATEK was talking about. Si Paco was just passing by. Inutusan siya para bumili ng suka. Got curious, and I think he knew some of the band members at the time. I don't know which one. And eventually, the next time we see him, we rehearse, Paco is there already.
Totoo ba yan? Pat? Is that true?
That's what he keeps on telling everyone.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's true, but it's a nice story.
I miss it, but I don't know if people or the musicians or ordinary people, if they know that Paco was the one who pioneered the slap
basing.
bass, the
Yes,
funk.
slap bass.
Because
Yeah.
I remember when we were in Tokyo after the Tokyo Music Festival, we had to gig it at Mugen. I think we did that for 1 or 2 weeks, and then I always see him during break time sitting down with like there's an like opposite band. I think they're from the States, and this
Mother's
bassist,
Finest.
yeah, the bassist was teaching him the bass, the slap. So when we got back to Manila, he started doing it, and it went around. The news came around among musicians. So there were like they were in artists. They were watching Paco because they want to learn the same technique. So he was the pioneer in the Philippines for that. So I think people should know that because he's really good. Paco is really good.
Yeah.
Actually, I was so amazed when I first saw that. No, yung nagaganyan na siya. Usually either finger or may pick. Siya
Yeah.
hindi, ganyan eh. Oh. And the sound was really different. Sabi ko,
Really
ang galing
good.
nito.
Yeah, it's really good.
Let me interject on that particular point. The reason why he was, I think, forced to learn that technique was that we were already doing songs from the Graham Central Station.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was Larry Graham
Larry
who
Graham,
actually invented that technique, no?
Yeah. Sly and the
And,
Family Stone pa siya eh.
yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
if you don't do that, if Paco cannot do that, our covers of Larry Graham's Central Station will not sound as good. So napilitan yung mama, no? Talagang dumudugo na yung kamay niya. When he was trying to learn that sa basis ng Mother's Finest sa Tokyo.
Yeah,
Talagang
that's the band,
literally nagdugo at saka namaltos, no?
You were playing with Mother's Finest sa Tokyo?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were our
In
counter.
In
Yeah.
fact, I think
Alternate band, yeah.
an alternate band. And then the second time I was in Japan, but with Rayan now because Rayan became part of the second generation. There was a group. What was the original group nga, Tilly, of Smokey Robinson?
Miracles?
Miracles.
There you go. The Miracles, it was several generations after, no?
Ito na yung City of Angels na Miracles.
I'm not sure. I don't remember, but they used to visit the club that the second generation circus was playing in. Perhaps because of the musicians, there was Boy, there was Paco, there was Walter.
Walter, right.
Walter, who could do a Steve Gadd
Yes.
kind of playing that. Today, it cannot be done. Because they get tired. It's
So
very
solid eh. Solid si Walter Pumalo.
Yeah.
and there's a double time. And majority of the drummers that I worked with after the band, whenever I look for that kind of a sound, okay, they will complain immediately. Nakakapagod dyan. And nasabi kayo sa loop, no? So I said it's either that or it doesn't sound right.
So I think that's the reason why I'm always looking for that quality of the instrumentalists. They're so good.
Yeah.
They are so good. I feel like looking back, we were so fortunate to have that chemistry, and the talent, and then the singers and the instrumentalists just go together. It's just like, wow, will that ever happen again? Because I've been away from the Philippines for a while, so I don't know who are the current bands who are good there. But looking back, I've always looked up to the Circus band.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was going to say that it's incomparable. Like I don't think anybody can clone the circus now, right?
Wow.
Because
Wow.
it was really a combination of everything from musicians to the singers plus the management. It just
all
gelled.
three, yeah.
It was so cohesive, right? No? And let me ask Tilly here. So you joined Circus. And you're a perfectionist. You used to sing Coven like anything, even the guttural sound of "Go ahead and change your neighbor," right? Who chose your songs for Circus?
Actually, ATEK had a lot to do with it, and me.
Oh, huh.
Mhm.
So, did you have to argue with ATEK? I don't like that
Oo
song.
nga, eh, yun yung hinihintay ko. Ayoko yan. Ayoko yan.
I don't think I ever argued with Atek. Diba, Atek? I don't think we ever
Yeah.
argued.
Magkasundo kami ni Tilly sa taste eh. Oh.
Oh,
Ayun.
wow.
She was the very
All
first
right.
person that I auditioned, no? Dahil nga malapit lang sa bahay namin.
Oo.
Sa scout lang, eh.
We knew a common friend, si Lynn Villostas, no?
Yeah.
I think it was Lynn Villostas who kind of talked to Tilly about auditioning for circus band. And when she sat down at the piano and sang, sabi ko, oh my God, ang layo ko sa piano sa kanya, ang galing niya eh. Oh. Sobrang galing. Oh.
Kaya binuo mo talaga. It became encouraging to you. To look for
Right
talent.
there and then, sabi ko, without that, she's the perfect singer for the circus band. Nabubuo pa lang, umpisa pa lang, sabi ko, wow, chamba to. Might as well, grab this opportunity. So, but I didn't promise her anything na hindi ko sinabing sisikat tayo or ganito ang magiging sweldo natin at that time, no? Pero I think it's because yung musicality namin medyo magkalapit, pareho yung taste namin sa music. Alam namin what is good and what is bad music. So nagkasundo kami, wala kaming problema. We never had any argument.
Yeah, it was great.
ATEK, your background, ATEK, no? You started in San Beda as the minstrels. If correct me if I'm wrong.
Hindi ako kasama sa minstrels. I had my own band when I was in San Beda. It was called the Pioneers, no?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yung minstrels, mga kaklase ko rin yun.
Yeah.
Sila Neri Dionisio, sila Ate
Dionisio,
Pizon,
yes.
no?
Mhm.
The reason why Eugene and sila Cesar de la Fuente was able to acquire the name was that nung college na sila, nag-disband yung they stopped performing yung minstrels na yun. Kinausap ni Eugene, since taga San Beda si Eugene, only a year behind us or ahead of us. Pumayag yung si Neri Dionisio because he came up with that name, no? So iba yung banda ko, Pioneers ako eh. Actually, grade 5 pa lang, nagbabanda na ako.
Do you read notes?
Never. That's the one frustration that I have. In fact, nakatatlong teachers ako na hindi tumagal sa akin dahil sa winiwido ko lang yung mga Hanon exercises.
Actually pareho tayo eh. Yung piano teacher ko din, ganun din eh. Nung pinatugtog yung theme from Summer 42. Iba. Iba dun sa piyesa ng Raon. Sabi, mali yan ah. Hindi, pakinggan mo si Michelle Legrand.
Di ba?
So sabi niya, no, you go on your own. So ganun din, di rin ako makabasa. But here's the thing. Who arranges the vocals of circus?
ATEK.
Si ATEK lahat yun?
We had already a group before, di ba? Like Schrader's.
Schrader's, New Dimension.
New Dimension na malalaki, no?
Yeah, he's so used to vocal arrangements, especially with the New Dimensions. That's how we met. ATEK and I met in New Dimensions, and I started guessing in their shows. A really huge group. How can you manage that? All the harmonies and everything. It's amazing how he does it. Like, how does it? How did that? And also, like, I think before New Dimension, like actually even before the New Dimension, he was in Sing Out.
Sing Out Philippines, right?
Moral Rearmament something, and in fact they were sent to the States here to do the tour. So he had even
people yun,
up with people. So the training and experience alone, I think, added up to how he is, or how he is as a musical director and as a leader in that niche. So it's just amazing, like when he teaches the vocal harmony with the circus band, and then when everything is all together, it sounds so nice, and right away you know right away that's the circus band signature, you know, like the vocal harmony is almost like the sustain and then the release. Everything is exactly, all of us are releasing at the same time. It's just
The harder I
like
try.
perfect. Oh yeah, I love
Grabe
that.
yun. The
Yeah,
harder I try.
harder
Pati
I
yung,
try.
pati yung pag-release ng tremolo eh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just right.
Pati yung
Yeah,
pagsarado ng
pantay
bibig,
lahat eh.
kailangan
Yeah.
sabay.
Yeah, so
Grabe.
actually when somebody's like going up like, hey, hindi ikaw hindi ikaw soloista. So everyone should like, because someone will be like, but of course I was so scared of Tilly, like, because she's like, her ear is so sharp.
Very sharp.
Very sharp. So if she's soprano, I'm soprano. If she's standing beside me, I say, oh my God, I better not make a mistake. It's Tilly. Because Tilly will just look at you and make ear up. So you know you made a boo-boo. Like, oh no.
True.
I just love the two of you. The two of you, from the time we were young, you were always bickering. No, I'm right. This is my note. You're getting my note. It's just like with the harmony. No, that's my note. That's my note.
So there was this interaction.
Oh yeah, it was fun. But the two, Pat and Tilly, they're always like, oh, is that your note? That's my note.
It became more apparent when we joined forces with other singers like the minstrels.
Yeah.
To begin with, iba ang phrasing nila.
Oh, okay.
Tapos, yung texture ng placement ng voice, iba. Okay. Pagkatapos nun, may mga mahilig magnakaw ng eksena. Na minsan, magtitingin na lang kami ni si Tilly, hindi ka titignan eh. Susulyap sa'yo ng papaganyan.
Yeah, kakatakot.
Susulyap, tapos ihirapan ka. Kasi, sa circus, very simple yung harmony. Okay? Always a 3-part harmony sa circus. Okay? Pati yung mga sagot na, yeah! Yeah! Okay, mga ganyan. Tatlo yan na dapat sabay na sabay. No? But when you're joining forces, and well, I experienced this being a solo singer and you work in an ensemble, like a production.
Production numbers, right.
Yeah, diba? So, instead of me complaining, and because it's Ryan Kayabyab, I will ask, Ryan, is this correct? Yeah, everybody follow her. Okay, or if it just so happens that Tilly's around when I'm doing something, a project with Ryan or other arrangers, I feel comfortable because I know na all we have to do is just look at each other, gawin natin to. Okay, easy to do. Okay, it's just a pickup. But when you're dealing with other people with different discipline, okay, or different approach to, they have different standards, it's very difficult.
Actually, also you have to feel each other. Even just by looking at each other, like oh, here we go, like that. It's just you can communicate just by eye contact, so that everything is just going well. Everybody's in sync, and nobody's becoming a soloist from the harmony section and so on. So that I think that's what circus band. The members, the singers, they feel each other, like I mean, correct me if I'm mistaken, but that's from my experience. That's how I felt.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. You're correct because we have worked. Tilly and I have worked with various celebrities. But I think one thing that can be said about us coming from circus is that highly professional is the word. Okay, yeah. I'm not only referring to us female singers, but because even the male. Okay, sometimes it's just that there are other singers, male, that can get threatened or offended by the male circus singers. They have. It's just like they feel that they're being, just because they're celebrities, they're being noticed. But no,
Mhm.
it's a kind of standard wherein you want to feel comfortable with the ones that you want to work with. And so even the way we do our call times during
Mhm.
productions, the when during rehearsals and stuff like that, we tend to know our parts, okay, immediately. We learn it. And so it's something that I think it's a legacy that we're leaving behind for
Mhm.
other future musicians and artists and singers. That it really requires a little bit of discipline and a lot of process.
Yeah. Now,
Grabe.
the circus band existed nung panahon na nagbababling pa lang yung original Filipino, no? Hindi pa gumagawa ng original
Okay.
material. But we all know that all of them were capable. In fact, nung nag-break away lahat ng members, halos lahat sila may hits, no? And I know
Right.
PD and Pat have a bunch of them out there still at binabalik-balikan ng mga tao. Now, nung time na yon, gumawa ang circus ng original eh. Meron silang isa na natugtog ko pa somewhere in a retrospective show. Got to Save the World yata yung title na.
Okay. That was our entry to the Tokyo Music Festival.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is there a story behind that, Atek?
Actually, the only side story that is worth telling is the fact that kabila yung pinakamaraming miyembrong sumali doon sa Tokyo Festival. Most of them were individual singers, no? And kami yung merong live rhythm section. And during the rehearsal, which was also the semifinals, nalaman ng mga producers competition to eh. Okay. This is the Tokyo World Music Festival. Nakita ng mga producers that we cannot set up the equipment fast enough, no? Lagi kami sumusobra ng mga 1 minute. And then lumapit sa akin yung contact namin doon, si Robbie Wada, who spoke English fluently. Sabi sa akin, Atek, I don't think you guys will make it to the finals because you know how much the TV station will lose for the 1 minute that you will be delayed. Sabi ganyan. Ang laking perang mawawala sa kanila. They're selling, their airtime by the second, literally by the second, ano. So inulit na naman namin, wala talaga. So
yung setup kasi ang problema. Yung
setup, kami lang merong may live instruments eh. Si Boy Katindig requested for a Hammond organ, no, with a B3 B3 speaker na yung pa lang mga 2 minutes nang para i-wheel in, napakalaki ng cabinet noon. So that was the difficulty there, no.
And knowing the the perfectionist in ATEK and the excellence of your performances, was there any point na nag-burn out na kayo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that why you broke up?
Actually, let me tell you this, actually pwede pang tumagal ng siguro mga 2 more years yung circus band eh. But medyo nagkaroon ng intriga dun sa loob ng banda, and another manager was interested in acquiring half of the members. So that's exactly what happened, And but it was a very insidious kind of action on the part of that person.
Parang violent takeover.
Talagang sinira lang talaga yung banda because 6 months after, yung binuo nilang bagong banda, nag-disband kagad.
Merong banda talaga, nabuo rin somehow.
Nabuo nila yun. And actually, kaya nagkaroon ng Circus Band 2, malis na ako nun sa Philippines, no? Yung brother ko si Bobby,
Yeah, right.
who was actually the road manager nung banda, continued on with Ray Ann, Pat, and in the rhythm section. They performed in Japan. Siete Pecados, they were a big hit in Manila also, no? Lalo na nung nauso na yung Earth, Wind and Fire, no? But as I was saying, going back to the story, that yung tao na sumulot sa kanila, doon sa kalahati ng miyembro, did not actually knew how to handle the band, kahiwa-hiwalay din, no? And that's the reason why some of them became soloists. Because wala na silang choice. Una-una, hindi na sila makakabalik sa akin or doon sa natirang miyembro ng mga circus band, because there was already acrimony, no? sa samahan, di ba? Iniwanan nyo kami, bakit kayo babalik sa amin? Parang gano'n.
ATEK, meron kang side project noon, di ba? Around the time, yung ladies naman ang pinagsama-sama mo. Queen of the Night ba?
Si Pat was, and Tilly also at some point, no? Tapos yung si Ami Lumba and si Beth Katindig, no? Yeah. Beth Katindig was also
Queens of the Night, right?
Queens of the Night. No, Queens of the Night. That was a nice experiment, and we were just doing Sergio Mendes, but the choreography was Hawaiian, hula.
Ganun ba?
Oh, yes.
I really loved the outfits because it was Jose Mari Boquera who was dressing up.
Mari Boquera.
Yes. I loved it.
Si Jo Marie actually was the costume maker for the circus band, mabongga mag-design. Parang parang yung nagde-dress up na mga karwahe pag yung prosesyon ng Flores de Mayo. Very, very gaudy. Talagang punong-puno ng mga sequins and may mga ilaw pa, mga debateryang ilaw. So we were really,
parang maraming multiplied na Elton John, parang marami lang na Elton
Exactly.
So is he still around, Boquer? Jose Marie Boquer?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because he was the one who designed all my costumes when Circus Band went funk. You know, those glitter, the blue, the red, and so on.
Actually, doon nagpapagawa except si Pabs, Si Pabs always insisted on making his own costume, no?
Since you had such hectic schedules as a band, how do you let me digress and move into what do you do in your spare time as a band? You mentioned bowling for one.
Go bowling.
Well, actually, nung nag-ensayo pa kami, 6 months kami nag-ensayo, no? And pagkatapos ng rehearsals, we would go to Cubao. Mag-skating kami.
Sa New Frontier.
Yes.
Frontier, right.
Sa New Frontier, right.
Yeah.
Si Richard Tan was actually a champion skater.
Okay, ice skating.
It was the spin, remember? It would show us, it would spin.
Wow. Si Richard.
Galing.
Buhay pa nun yung ice skating.
At I remember when we were in Japan, Anne-Marie Santos was not with us, right?
No. It was Didit Reyes took her place.
It was just
Didit Reyes.
Funny moments.
So what were your funny moments?
Nothing.
When we were singing, we were performing, she would kind of lip sync a lot of the songs. She wasn't really actually singing that much. She was flirting.
Oh, you guys were so pilia. You and Anne Marie Santos during the circuit. Was that Reno's? Because Didit was in training because we knew already that Anne Marie Santos cannot join us. So she was in training. So every time her song is coming up, Didit Reyes, it's summertime. But you know, Anne Marie is Ella Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah.
So every time. Didi will approach the mic already like summertime, and then the two of you like summertime. I was just like laughing, like, "Hey, you guys, stop it! You're so naughty." But then I think I did it for me, you know, because I was already out of the Philippines. I was here already, and then I heard one of her records. It's in Tagalog. She's meant for Tagalog. She's super Tagalog.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's her forte, Tagalog.
Araw-araw, gabi-gabi.
Yeah,
Nananabik.
She was so good. Yeah. But you, Tilly and Anne-Marie, you're Pilia.
Anyway, maraming salamat, George, Teddy, and Bob. It's so nice of you guys to honor us by inviting us to this program. And for sure, we can do another one. And
probably
maybe we
Bass
can.
and Haji, right?
Inggitin na natin sila today. Inggitin na
Oo nga
natin.
Oo nga maraming salamat, and I wish this program to be very successful because it kind of synthesizes the entire music industry in the Philippines into one little show. Yeah.
Thank you so
Maraming
much.
salamat.
Thank you so much.
Much honored.
Well, thank you to all who followed this episode. Alam ko, nung narinig nila Circus, Rage, na-excite. Tagal ko na hindi nakakapanood. And I really wish I could witness one more concert at least or get together with Circus and Rage. At least dito sa programa natin, nagkaroon tayo ng konting essence. Yeah. And I appreciate your coming over to join us. Pat Castillo, Tilly Moreno, Ceres Jacinto, ATEK Jacinto, All-Star. And you represent, of course, the All-Stars in the Circus Band and Rage Band and all the bands that came in between. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And please, buyuhin nyo yung co-members nyo to join us for a next installment of this part 2 natin, yung Circus at saka Rage. Thank you.
You know,
salamat.
This has been a long time dream of mine to get you guys together. As a matter of fact, gusto ko yung lahat sana, you know. And finally, it materialized. I just want to thank you guys for joining us. Walang pangalawang salita eh. Basta I gave you messages and all of a sudden, oy, okay, no? Everybody agreed, and that is so nice. Good night. God bless. Ad Mayor.
Happy New Year.